Right, I've never had one of these before. I've seen a few of them online. They're not very expensive. Extremely well made. Extremely well made. Everything looks either alloy or stainless steel. A little bit of brass. Got some brass counterweights in there. I think that's just anodised. Everything looks stainless steel. Nicely put together. Yeah, alloy flywheel, aluminium flywheel. I like the idea of the burner wick is stainless. I like the idea of that. Comes with a little set of tools. Strangely enough, only one of those fits anything, so I don't know what the other two are for. Here's your little syringe bottle for topping up your spirits, and you've got this little plastic tube. I haven't worked out what that's for yet. Yeah, very nicely made. It's quite heavy. Surprising how heavy. Nice base with feet on it. So I'm surprised. I say it's probably going to vibrate. So they've done that so it don't jump about too much. But got the little gate there. Open up and down. Well, I don't think it takes long to get these going from when I've seen them online. So I'm going to give it a go. It's something different, something what I can just light. Now, they do say that these are for demonstration, and the reason they say that is because this is, I think they call them a flame licker, flame gulper, vacuum engine. They come with a lot of different names, but basically, as a piston draws back, it sucks the flame in. The gate closes. The flame eats up the oxygen inside, and that creates a vacuum, so the piston comes back. So that's why it's called a vacuum. Now, the reason they say it's for demonstration piece, because when you look at the more expensive ones, the cylinder has got heatsink to help it keep cool, because this only runs when this is cool and the outside is obviously warmer. When it all warms up to the same temperature, it won't run. So these are a short run appliance. It won't run for long. So I'm going to give it a go. I haven't had it running at all yet. I literally just got it out of the box. I haven't had it running at all, but I do know that they don't run for very long, and that's because there's no heatsink on that cylinder. And that cylinder will soon, it's so small, it will soon get up to temperature. And when it does get up to temperature, the whole thing will stop. The theory and the physics doesn't work anymore. So let's light that. Invisible flame. Yeah, believe me, that's definitely there. And see how we go. I've never had one of these before, so oh, it's got a lot of clasp there. That's handy to literally hold the container. We've got to put that a little bit closer, I suppose. Look at that. Straight away. Right, I don't know if I've got that too close, too far. There we go. Oh, it's gone out. No, that's what it is. It's gone out. Try that again. Ah, you know what's happening? That air it's blowing the flame out. So I suppose when you get it going, take that, draw that back a little bit, see if I can get it right there. I think it does need a bit of bettling. I don't think that's close enough to start it. There you go. Oh, yeah, see, it was done. It's blown the flame out. I think once you get it going, you pull that flame back. Let's try it now. Once I get it going, I'm going to pull that flame back. Oh, see, it's blown the flame out again. I don't know if I've got, probably might not have enough spirit in there. It's probably, I might have to pull that wick up, adjust the wick. Yeah, right, I'm gonna have to let that cool down, then I'll pull that wick up and I'll try again. Right, that's a bit higher now. See how we get on this time. Closer to get it started. Now, I wonder if that's it. I wonder if that's it. Because that cylinder is already too hot. So I think that's it. I think they're literally demonstration machine. So yeah, I wouldn't say it's a great success. They work all right. I might see if I can make up a sleeve with some fins to go on that cylinder. Well, it looks like there's a bit of space in there. If I can make up a sleeve with some fins, the length of that cylinder, I think that'll run a lot longer, because all the other flame licker, flame eater, whatever you want to call it, vacuum engines, all the others I've seen have all got a heatsink on the cylinder, and this hasn't. So I think that's the drawback. But I think if you can make up a heatsink, I mean, them big ones, I've got one I've got to do later on, and that's got the Ericsson pumping one. It's got a water pump, so it pumps water to the cylinder, and it cools itself down, so obviously runs better. But still, I think this is it's not I don't think it's a game. I don't think it's a deal breaker. I still think this is well made, and it is well made, there's no doubt about that. If you can find some sort of a heatsink for that cylinder, anything to cool it down, because once that's running it gets hot quite quick, and then once that's the same temperature as the flame, the vacuum don't work anymore. That's the problem. So, but yes, I don't think it's a deal breaker. I'm sure there's a way around it, and these are not expensive. So especially if you've got a lathe or something like that, milling machine, I mean, sure, you could probably do it with a drill. If you can get something, drill a hole that size, cut some slots in a bit of alley either side, slot it on, then you've got a nice heat sink. I mean, you've got a bit of room there, so you could put reasonably deep heat sinks. I'm going to try that and see if it makes a difference. And if it does, I'll report back. Cheers, guys.